Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HCW Podcast. This week we are going to be reviewing WWE Friday Night Smackdown, WWE Monday Night Raw, and AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite. So stay tuned, it's going to be a fun episode. Roll intro.
HCW Reviews.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I am your host, Frozzy, and I am with Rate Wrestle, as always, on a Thursday evening for recording. How are you doing this week, buddy?
Yeah, it's good. It's my day off today because I'm in on Saturday, so I went to watch The Evil Dead, and that was messed up. It was really slow at the start, but then it got really messed up by the end, like mentally, like scarring, like what the hell's happening kind of film.
Sounds like watching wrestling.
Yeah. That's my Dynamite review done.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too bad myself. Just a bit tired, but I always am on a Thursday. So
yeah,
5 days of work down. It's just like, I just need a break, bit of a recharge, and then we'll crack back on to next week, and then I'll just be depressed again next Thursday.
Yes.
But yeah, what we'll do is we'll get straight into reviewing the wrestling because I am aware that there is a big football match. Well, there's a football match on. In about 40 minutes. So yeah, we'll get cracking and get this out of the way if you want to kick us off with Smackdown, right?
Yeah, so we'll kick off. So yeah, weirdly enough, I forget how far ago SmackDown is because I looked and went the 21st on my dates, and when that seems like miles away, but it's only literally last week. So yeah, we kicked off with the Judgment Day, which I'm guessing it was. I've just read Judge versus LWO. I think it was Finn and Damien. It might not have been, though. Versus the LWO. So I rated 2 3/4 stars. It ended with basically the LWO pinned the illegal man, and then Damien rolled in and did his end of days and picked up the win. Then straight afterwards, he did a promo about Bad Bunny being on Raw. Yay. So,
that's how I feel about it as well.
Yeah, I would get more into it when it gets onto Raw, but I just don't care. This was followed by Zelina speaking to Adam Pearce, and she's demanded a title shot against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why not?
Because she's Puerto Rican, supposedly. I didn't know.
Fair enough.
It makes it a lot more sense to me now. I thought she was Mexican. Just... they never really bring up her heritage. So, fair enough. I kind of like it makes more sense because she'll have a hot crowd against her with her. So it'll be a bit more, makes more sense in Puerto Rico. We had Cross having a weird promo where he's the cards and the taroting and the crap, and then he said he took Seth Rollins' patience away from him, and then he snapped. He took someone else's something away from them, and then he said, "I'm going to take Nakamura's honor away from him."
Yeah.
And then the draft happens, and they'll both be on separate brands.
Yeah, probably.
We had Braun O'Shea versus the Vikings. I rated 2.5 stars. It was just a fine tag team match. Ricochet picked up the win. The Vikings are still in the mud. It is what it is. Liv and Rack were up next. Watch me. That's all I've written from that. And then it was the Karens versus Raquel and Liv. I think this was a tag title match. I rated 2.25 stars. It was pretty much a waste. It was just a wasty kind of cheap pin win, kind of like no one cared match. Yeah. Basically, the Karens kept trying to cheat, and then eventually, for anyone that doesn't know who the Karens are, in my head is that Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. They tried to cheat continuously, and eventually Liv and Raquel cheated to win. Which is kind of like, the faces cheated, but they did it because it's funny. But it was like 2.25 stars. It wasn't a great match. Riddle is annoyed that he got put through a table. There's going to be no KO and Zayn there tonight, and he was annoyed that when he get put through a table, the table flipped over him on the last time of SmackDown. So it's going to be him versus Solo in a no disqualification match on the night. Woods versus Gunther. This was my match of the night. Surprisingly, it had Gunther in it. And Woods is looking good singles run wise. He took so many chops though, which you'd expect. There was a few times he got Gunther down, which was good, but it wasn't like him getting him down continuously like you'd have with a Sheamus, because obviously Woods is not as a lot bigger as Sheamus and a McIntyre.
Yeah.
Gunther ended up picking up the win, which with the power bomb, which wasn't really a surprise. No, actually, didn't he choked him out? Sorry, he choked him out. If I remember,
could you imagine if Xavier Woods won?
Yeah, it would have been a great pop. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
The Usos were just talking about that rematch for next week, and it was like a fluke win that the Zayn and Owens won. And then we had Solo versus Riddle. It was just I rated it 3.25 stars, but it was just like a mess of an ODQ match. Just full on violence, and the Usos got involved. And then, if I remember, because I haven't read the winner here, I'm sure Solo won with the Samoan Slug. But we will check. Because I probably should check that just in case, because he wins with it most of the time.
I'm certain he did.
Yeah, just for clarity's sake. Why is there not been a WWE event? Not last. There we go. Click on NXT, click on WWE, click on events, click on Smackdown, and Solo. Yeah, he did win. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason in my head that Riddle got revenge, but clearly he didn't.
No.
Yeah, there we go. That
wasn't enough.
That was the end of SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, not. It
wasn't bad anyway. It just wasn't amazing either. But I'd rather it just be average than be terrible. That's all. I don't mind.
I don't want to go back to this time last year. Ugh,
yeah, and I'm looking forward to this Friday. Well, it would be tonight if when the video's out of I'm actually going to watch the draft the next day, which I normally would watch SmackDown on the Monday, but I'll watch it on the Saturday, so it's not spoiled for me.
Yeah, I'm tempted with it being draft. I might actually stay up, just because I can, and I'm off on the Saturday, so why not?
I feel like you'll get disappointed though. I feel like it won't be that
Probably.
good.
Yeah, but it's only 2 hours. At least it's not 3. So speaking of 3 hours, let's move into Raw.
Yeah, so Raw, I instantly knew wasn't going to be amazing. It was fine before we go into it. It wasn't going to be amazing due to the draft is happening Friday, so you couldn't really do much.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't progress certain stories because without kind of...
giving stuff away.
Yeah, this guy's definitely staying in Raw. It's because it'll be pointless.
Yeah. It's a filler show. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, so Cody came down and he was on about his security and he was on about these scars and just a rambling Cody promo where he's got to finish the story against Brock Lesnar now. And then here comes Finn. And Finn said, Cody, everyone's had scars. What you want about, from wrestling?
Yeah.
And then he offers him to join the Judgment Day. And Cody Rhodes went, I'm going to fight you instead. That's how wrestling works.
Join our faction. Let's fight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm just going to fight you. We had the Bloodline versus the LWO, so this was pretty much just like a tune-in match of the 6-man tag for Backlash. Weirdly enough, the Bloodline as a tag team don't fight that often.
No.
As a faction, it's always just the Usos. So it was just a warm-up with LWO.
Last time was War Games, wasn't it?
It would be a decent time ago, yeah. I can't think of anything more recent than that.
No.
All I remember it was a really confusing finish. Bloodline won, but I think the wrestlers were kind of confused of what was happening. I read it 2 3/4, but the finish just sounded pretty messed up. Then they had a promo straight afterwards, which was just hyping the tag team match for tonight.
Yeah.
It's weird saying it on a Thursday. Bianca is in the ring, and then Damage Control, and the backstage. Bianca's backstage. Sorry, Bianca's backstage talking up the draft. Then Damage Control come along and say, you've never fought someone like EO properly, in a pay-per-view event. And then Bayley's about to speak more trash, but EO just jumps in and starts speaking full-on Japanese to her. And then Bayley says, "How's about you fight us tonight? So you go find 2 tag team partners." Instantly, I knew who the tag team partners were going to be. Because it's just obvious. But yeah, so they were planning on the thing that Bianca has no friends, which I don't see because Bianca's really, really babyfacious. So there'd be no reason for her not to be able to find tag team partners.
Yeah.
Jay got cornered by Sammy again. Sammy just basically apologised and he was going you need to get in your head this, Roman's going to dump you. And then Jay went, "You made your choice." And I made mine. Like, it was just, I've made my choice. I'm going to lie in it. He knows Roman's going to do something at some point, but he's made his choice.
Yeah.
Trish was backstage. It was just another I deserve more respect kind of promo. And then what was funny at the end that she was saying that more wrestlers should thank her. And then the interviewer, do you know, when they normally say, "Okay, thank you for your time," and she went, "Well, you get it then," which worked out pretty well in the wording of it.
Yeah.
We're getting messages left and centre here on Twitter.
I've replied to one, that's why.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Good old Gary J in the DMs.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. I was just like, I'll do this now while you're talking.
Was it his UK video of him going to UK?
He put another post out, and we were just like retweet it for him. So yeah.
Profits versus the Hurt Business. I'm still calling Cedric and Benjamin the Hurt Business because I'm hoping for it to eventually come back. It's never come back. This saddened me. It was a 1.5 star match, and it was the Profits running through Benjamin and Alexander. Benjamin and Alexander. Do you know why? Why they ran through him? Because it was Chicago, and the Profits are from Chicago. That's the reason for that. Triple H was down next. And it was a groundbreaking Tony Khan announcement that they did the poster for, and I was thinking, oh, God. But it actually was a proper announcement, and we'll get to the Tony Khan one in a sec. So, basically, Triple H announced that whatever brand picks Roman is staying on that brand. He won't be turning up on the other brand. So you may ask, where's the titles going then? And he went, well, here's a new one. So, yeah, there's going to be a new World Heavyweight Championship, which is basically looks like the big gold belt, but it's got a W in the middle of it. The
WWE logo.
Yeah, logo. Yeah. I didn't mind it.
Mixed reaction to it. Some people think it's awful. Some people think it's all right. No, I'm not really fussed because if they don't give it to someone who's worthy of a main event status, it's just going to be a glorified mid card title anyway. So
yeah. Really what I liked is Simon Miller posted on Twitter. Do you know who should win that title?
Go on.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I've seen loads of it. Yeah, can you imagine if he won it as well?
After all, Roman Reigns is a triple champion.
They bring out another belt, and Roman wins that one.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I literally wrote as well before I even saw that tweet. I wrote Roman free belts? ? So I got it in bold as well.
Yeah.
We had Damien afterwards talking about that Bad Bunny should stop interfering in WWE's business. It's not like he comes out to Coachella and starts spitting on the mug, which I did like that kind of thing.
Makes a good point.
And then, yeah. And then Jay had Jimmy and Jay were backstage with Solo. And then Jay was kind of brooding. And then Jimmy went, what's up with you? And he went, oh, I've spoke to Sammy. And then Jimmy went, what? Why are you speaking to him? Stop speaking to him. And then he just got properly aggressive about it. And he's going to go find Sammy about it. Damage Control versus Bianca and their mystery tag team partners of the World Tag Team Champions, Liv and Raquel. I remember this match. I haven't put a rating down. I rated this match at some point. I remember it being decent. I remember it being like 2.5, 2 3/4. The finish was weird on it though. So Bailey got clean pinned.
Yeah.
By the KOD. Got KOD, clean pinned. No reason for it or anything like that. Like Bailey's
she's already beat her.
Yeah, but it's just kind of buried Bailey completely because you'd think someone like Dakota would probably lose in that match. Not just Bailey, like, clean loss.
Yeah, but if you're building up challenges and she's already challenged, you've got Io Sky doing one. Why not Dakota after that? But
also, that makes me feel like Bianca Belair's going to have to title for much longer than if you were building up more challenges. I don't want her to build up more challenges. I want someone to beat her.
Yeah, no, we all want her to... Well, not everyone.
Io can win.
A lot of people want her to lose the belt, but if she isn't going to, they still need to build up challenges. So don't pin Dakota because she's not challenged.
2.3 3/4. That's where we're at. 2 3/4. That's the championship match.
Yeah.
Where am I after this? So Damage Control. Yeah, so Theory was annoyed about the triple threat kind of thing because Lashley requested to face Breed. and then get him involved as well. But Theory's basically said that if he beats both of them, it just shines good on him.
Yeah.
Then Lashley gets attacked by Reed, and they both double team Lashley, and then weirdly enough, Bronson then attacks Theory, which wasn't a surprise, I'll be honest.
No.
You'd expect Bronson to work on his own. Chad Gable has confirmed that Alpha Academy is still going to be coming to a brand together, no matter what. And then Maxime went, well, wherever Otis goes, I go. Triple M's no more, are they? They haven't appeared on screen in ages. I think they've just whacked her with Otis.
Yeah, Otis.
Yeah, Otis. And then Ali comes afterwards when Otis and Gable come. He said, "This is your moment. You could go singles run and win a world championship." I'd love that, but it's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
Ali versus Gable, I rated 1.5. It was really short and sad because Gable once again lost. Roll up to Ali. So Gable, on my database thing, he's had 55 matches. He's 9 and 49 or something stupid. That's a horrible win-loss record.
Yeah, it is.
Losing 49 times and only winning 9 times. Jimmy finds Sammy, and he plays some going games on Sammy. He basically says, "You're doing all this about Jay dropping Roman dropping Jay, but what happens if when you two lose the tag titles? Is Kevin still going to be your friend, or is he going to jump you again?"
Yeah.
And then Sammy's like, "Oh no." Finn versus Cody. I rated this 3 stars, but I was also disappointed in it because Finn versus Cody is a pay-per-view caliber banger of a match. And it just felt really run-of-the-mill, and Cody ended up winning with the Crossroads.
If it's something that's going to happen down the line, though, you don't want to give everything away on TV.
Yeah, but I want a good match.
Well, you rated it 3 stars, so it wasn't bad.
I want a really good match, though. It's Finn versus Cody. They can have 15 good matches, like Kenny versus Okada. Have it over and over again. Love it. Seth, he looks at the title that's been placed on a placard next to the ring. And he announced that the only person Roman really hasn't beaten in his title run is Seth. And in my head, I thought he did beat Seth at some point for the title. I'm sure that it must. Obviously, it didn't, because it would be really weird if they brought it up without fact checking that. I just felt like Roman has beat him.
And then here comes each other, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I can't remember the ending.
Let me have a look. While I'm doing the rest of this, because I know what happened. So then here comes Rollins is talking a bit more about it, and then here comes Omos with MVP, because Rollins is stating who better to have the new championship, and then the Omos music hits, and I was thinking, yes, Omos is best to have the championship. Imagine Omos with the championship.
No.
And yeah, it was just your typical. Do you know Omos is 7'4"? That typical promo.
You also lost to Brock Lesnar 3 weeks ago.
He's lost to Lashley as well. Live show, house show, pay-per-view. Seth Rollins defeats Roman Reigns by DQ. Royal Rumble 2002. That makes more sense to me now.
2002. Jesus.
Yeah. 2022. There you go. Yep. That's what I meant.
21 years ago. Wow. 2 years ago. Whatever.
It's a long range. Yeah, it's a long range. KO backstage, and he's basically just making Zayn feel better that he's not going to turn up on him. Then Riddle said something stupid, and then Owens got annoyed and walked off. And then Zayn went, Riddle went to Zayn, "I know how you're feeling." And Zayn went, "How can you know how I'm feeling?" He went, "Well, every week I was in a team called RK Bro, and every week people were saying Randy Orton's going to turn on me," which surprisingly he never did, which is mental.
I think it's because of the injury.
Yeah,
but probably the plan.
The rumor in the end was that Riddle was going to turn on Randy, wasn't it, at that point, because it was so stonewall that Randy Orton is the snake of the team.
Yeah.
And we ended up with Priest versus Mysterio. I rated 2.5 stars. It was just all about Bad Bunny. The match was a bit meh. Priest ended up losing because he threw a chair at Rey Mysterio. Bad Bunny, prior to this, showed on the Titantron coming in his big car. He's wearing a cowboy hat and the crappy sets and thing. To discuss this, I put this on Twitter. Any UK people, would you know Bad Bunny existed without WWE?
No.
I've never heard of his music. I still don't hear his music.
No.
He's like the most listened to Spotify artist ever, or something like that. I probably can't even think of a Bad Bunny song. It really confuses me.
No.
Like he is a wrestler to me more than a musician.
Yeah, same. I've never heard of him until he turned up on TV, and still don't hear of him now. So
yeah,
until he's
when
on
he
TV.
disappeared, I wouldn't have thought about him. Look, it's like he had good matches. I'm not slating him. It's just I'm not looking forward to Priest versus Bunny. It's in a no DQ match, but
it's just going to be a lot of Priest throwing him about.
Yeah, it's a no DQ match, but I feel like it's just trying to hide that it's just going to be a bit meh because Priest is a big guy. Like he should just run through Bad Bunny. Like because Bad Bunny is like 5'2". He looks small, Bad Bunny, to Damien Priest. Like I don't know how big he is actually in general, but like I can see him. He should run through him, but he won't. Bad Bunny will win because you don't want to annoy the Mexican fans. Bad Bunny's younger than me. Anyway, but yeah, that was the end of Raw.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like you said. It was just sort of there again. But I'd rather it be like this than be dog crap. So.
Yeah, as I said, this was just genuinely because the draft is happening.
Yeah.
I hate that Google. He's 1.8 metres tall, if that helps.
No, it doesn't.
5'11". He's the same size as me.
Right, fair enough. Yeah, not far. Yeah, about the same as me as well. But yeah, we'll move into AEW Dynamite, and we'll get that out of the way, because from what I've seen, it wasn't great, so...
You'd be right, slapnuts. So we kicked off as usual with Orange Cassidy in his 5,000 night run of this
this is 20 successful defences, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 successful defensive, all of them like continuous as well. It's not like weeks off. Cassidy versus Bandito, I rated 3 stars. I did enjoy, but I thought it was going to be better. But then I forgot I've seen Cassidy so much recently that it's kind of all buried into one.
Yeah.
Cassidy picked up the win. I didn't really care. They did a funny like sunglasses thing straight afterwards. But it was a decent match. It was just I've seen too much of Cassidy now to really see much more. They had Cole backstage, and he said he's going to find Jericho. Was pretty much the gist of it, but he was proper raging about it, which I like because obviously the whole, he's just beat the crap out of his wife. So it was like he made Cole actually serious, which is good. What I liked about this is that Cole was only interviewed for like 20 seconds, and talking about I don't really care about Cassidy. He did something funny here. So Cole walked off. Cassidy came and shot and went, "Oh, you're here to interview me about the winning the retaining the title." And then I think it was Renee went, "No, it was Cole." He went, "Oh." Just walked off, and I was like, "No, that worked." And then Bandito just walked and went, and then walked off. So I did like that. The 4 pillars thing is still rumbling on. That is going to get heated up later on, which we'll discuss. Match of the night: Dax versus Jeff Jarrett. Whoa. This was like a proper old school matchup. No, it was a good match. It was like proper old school, like reversing pole drivers. Not much shenanigans until literally the last thing, which I don't mind shenanigans if it's not all for the whole match.
Yeah. Like
the whole thing is the commentary ruined it because Shivani and Excalibur kept mentioning Sanjay Dutt, kept mentioning him. And it was eventually, you just could think Sanjay Dutt's got to turn up here. Why have they mentioned him like 15 times? Then he does. Trips Dax chases him around the ring. And then Jeff Jarrett hits the stroke to pick up the win. 3.25 stars. Yes.
Of course you've rated a Jeff Jarrett match that high.
Yes, baby. So, have you heard the TK announcement? The big announcement that probably could have been done on Twitter?
Yep.
Anyway, so Wardlow... So they've announced, it's obviously it's about Reno, which is fair enough, but it's also, it could have been announced on Twitter.
Yeah.
The Owen Hart tournament's coming back, and they're doing it in Canada. That's the announcement. And, it's not been mentioned since Adam Cole and Britt Baker are the Owen Hart champions.
Yeah.
Where's their bouts?
Where's any mention of it on TV in the last 12 months?
It just seems pointless. Is there a Canadian that... So is Chris Jericho going to win it?
I don't
That would be the only big pot one, wouldn't it? Yeah, because I can't think of anyone that's...
There probably is, and someone that's dead obvious that we're just forgetting.
The Blade
Christian Cage, maybe.
Oh yeah, Christian Cage, Blade's Canadian. Wardlow faced a tough matchup against Ariel Levy. I don't know if he's the son of Daniel Levy or he's the son of the guy from American Pie.
Sounded like a spell from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I rated this a quarter star. It was the typical crap Wardlow swash match. Arn Anderson went to Wardlow. You know, if you're going to be with me, you've got to learn to gouge people's eyes and cheat, basically.
Yeah.
And then Christian Cage come down with Luchasaurus. They stare and they walk off again. So that's still a thing. They haven't spoke yet because we don't remember that Christian Cage and Luchasaurus speak. Guevara and MJF backstage. They're best friends. Guevara's brought MJF a name broided like leather jacket thing, and MJF's brought Guevara's own scarf. They don't care that they're cheating basically to get to the final, which is fair enough. The heels, the heel's going to heal, and then up next, presenter RJ City.
Cool.
Do you know who RJ City is?
Nope.
They brought this guy on called RJ City, presentation at back, and he was going, it's time to speak about like this and all this pronoun. And it was like, who, this guy's creepy. And then out of nowhere, Moxley just lambs him. Absolutely lamps him, says something at the mic and walks off. Who's RJ City?
No idea.
I'm really perplexed. Really perplexed about the whole situation. It really confused me. And then what I thought would be the main event. Up next, Allen versus Guevara, just mid-guard.
Yeah, so random this.
2 3/4. Allen looked decent. Guevara cheated to win because MJF hit him with a skateboard. No, he didn't. MJF was going to hit him with a skateboard, but then he threw it to Guevara, and then he threw it to Allen, and Guevara did the bump. And then for once, the ref actually went, hold on, and then DQ'd. So it's going to be Guevara versus MJF at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Except no. Tony Schiavone comes on the mic. First thing he says is MJF, you prick. That's out of nowhere. And then he says, so I've just spoken to Big Tony. And what's going to happen is going to be a tag team match next week. You two versus them two. If you win, it's a singles match. If they win, it's a fatal four-way. So welcome to the fatal four-way. There's no way.
We knew they were going to get there. We knew they were going to get there because...
I'd love it. Love it.
I said in the WCP earlier on that there's no way that they can have a one-on-one match with any of them because any combination isn't big enough to headline a pay-per-view. So it's got to be all four. It's the only way it can work. But I looked at the sheet as well for the scoring of the predictions. How many people picked what's his face? Darby Allin. It's insane. They literally made a deal saying that they were going to cheat to win. Sammy Guevara was always going to win this match. It was madness to me when I looked at the sheet and 4 people predicted Sammy Guevara. And I'm like, well, you 4 people have guaranteed yourself a point.
I can't remember who I picked. There is a chance I picked him. I can't remember who I picked. I don't think I did, but there is a chance.
It just baffled me. I was like, do you watch the product?
I'd really enjoy it. I wouldn't want to see Guevara versus MJF as a main event. I'd like to swerve it a bit, but it'd be brilliant if they won the tag match because everyone had to be bambooed. What? Do you know? It's not going to happen.
I'd be fuming.
Then, I don't know what I've written. Oh, yeah, that Tony Khan's playing games. MJF's heated when he walks out back. Tony Khan's playing games. He's walking to his car out back. Guevara's about to get in his car as well, and then MJF goes, no, there's not enough room, and just drives off. So that's obviously split that tag team. So there's going to be distension, and that's probably how they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Cole's down in the ring, and obviously he's really annoyed, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
And he says, come on, Jericho, fight me like a man, come out. So obviously Jericho appears on the Titantron. And he went, I'm not going to touch you because you're disgusting. Basically, I don't respect you, you're disgusting. But I'll get my boys to beat you in, so it's a 1970s film. So the Jazz Society walk down. They attack Adam Cole. And here comes instantly I thought it was the Best Friends were coming down because I heard the music and in my head it was the Best Friends, but no, it was Cassidy and Bandido because they're friends now. And then out of nowhere, I hear the song "End of Heartache," and I remember this song on the Indies, and it couldn't click in my head. I couldn't click who this music was for, and I was like, "It's definitely not someone that's on this roster." And then out of nowhere, here comes Roderick Strong.
Yeah,
Roderick Strong, whose WWE release has not been announced at all. We were discussing it last week or the week before that he's got to appear or something like that on like one of the shows. No, he's in AEW somehow. Absolutely lays waste to Jericho, like the Jazz Society. He's back to his usual moveset as well. WWE didn't really like him doing his backbreakers, but he backbreakered everyone. Yeah. Like, absolutely ran through everyone. And then the excellent part of it is Cole and him embracing. I was like, undisputed era. Fuck's sake, Fish. Fuck's sake. It was just like, they've got Kyle. They've got Fish. Why?
Mate, Adam Cole the other day, it literally threw me into panic. I thought Kyle O'Reilly was dead.
Yeah, I put a tweet out, didn't I? Like, fucking, the way you said it, I thought Kyle O'Reilly's passed away.
Yeah.
Anyone check, if you haven't seen, anyone check the tweet out that Cole, it's a picture of him and O'Reilly. And it just sounds like O'Reilly's died. Cole left a message, like, probably about a couple hours later going, no, Kyle is fine. Yeah. But that message was hinting towards the Roderick Strong thing, wasn't it? Clearly. Yeah. But yeah, Roderick Strong's, and they're having a fatal four, an 8-man tag next week. Cole, Strong, because that's the one. Cassidy and Bandido versus the Jazz crap. Yeah. Cargill versus Ty Valkyrie. I rated 2.5. It was a good Cargill match. That says something. The whole premise of this, which I didn't pay attention, I don't know if it was announced on Rampage or something like that. Valkyrie's not allowed to hit a finisher because that's Cargill's finisher, even though Valkyrie's been using it for like years. She went for it once. Aubrey Hepburn, I'm going back to it, told her no. And then she attempted a few other moves, and then she tried to hit it again, and then she was like, stood there for like 15 seconds, like, and then Cargill did like the crappiest roll through, and then Corey grabbed the guides and won, and I was really annoyed, so annoyed. So Cargill retains, so it's got to be Statlander if she turns up at some point in life. Like, if she gets set back, what are they going to do? Like, if Statlander gets in, now. But say if Statlander has like another a thing, and it's got to be another 6 months. 6 months more Cargill.
Oh, they'll make it.
Good grief. One thing I did like about this is that Taya Valkyrie went mental and tried to do the road to Valhalla and Audrey Hepburn, picked her up, and then the referee stopped her luckily, and I was like, "You fucking do it, Dr. Hater, we're backstage. They were discussing obviously getting beaten down by the Outcast. I forgot how British Jamie Hayter is, but she's not got the accent that matches who she is. She's got like a proper poshy accent going on, and it makes no sense in my head. And she says, you battered us, but, the only time you're going to stop us is if you put us in the morgue. And I went, okay, death.
Thanks.
And then the main event of the night, Butcher and the Blade are back in the main event scene, and they were fighting Omega versus Takeshita. I rated 2.5 stars because I knew it was going to be all right, but I also knew that there was no way Butcher and Blade were going to win this match. Obviously, they won. Bryan Danielson was on the commentary throughout. After the match, Omega got lampooned by the BCC, but then here comes the Young Bucks. Claudio sprinted down the aisle and got absolutely obliterated by the Young Bucks. They're about to jump Omega and kind of think him, but then it ends up they get on top of Omega again. They push Takeshita out the ring because basically they said to Takeshita, you could be with the BCC. And then they're about to screw drive Kenny Omega. Takeshita stops them and goes, no, this can't happen. And then Bryan Danielson says, you need to pick. He gives him seconds, and then Wheeler Yuta lows him, and then Moxley just stabs him there about 15 times with a screwdriver. I don't know how he cut him open, though. It really confused me because he was proper busted instant, proper within seconds. So unless he's actually just hit him with a screwdriver.
Probably. Moxley.
And that's how Dynamite went off the air with Takeshita bleeding everywhere. Nice. So I don't know where they're going with this because you got the Elite, you got Adam Page, So are the BCC going to have a fifth person?
God knows.
And I don't know who that could be, and I'm worried who it could be.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
Imagine. Wade Barrett.
Oh, God.
But yeah, that will bring to an end this week's show. So, as always, follow us at the HCW Show. You have our individual Twitter handles here. We have a Facebook page now. We have Instagram. We have Twitch, all HCW Show. So, we're not hard to find. We've got more interviews and previews and reviews and gaming stuff that'll be coming to the channel soon. Because we have got so much content that we just haven't got out yet.
Yeah.
So
DP's got a video out right now that released like 9 minutes ago.
Okay, right. So hopefully he knows. And then yeah, we'll basically just keep liking, subscribing, following. We are gaining quite a bit of traction at the moment. So it's been a good few weeks for us. So get everyone you know subscribed because we do appreciate it. And if there's anything you want us to do, let us know as well. But yeah, from me, that is a goodbye. And from Ray,
tweet out your video, DP. God damn it.
We'll catch you on the next one.